The sun was a painter's masterpiece, its last strokes of golden light illuminating Creekside Commons, a tranquil suburban haven in Oregon. The air, thick with the scent of grilled onions and blooming hydrangeas, vibrated with the happy chaos of the annual Summer Harmony Festival. On a rickety stage, a local band fumbled through a soundcheck as kids, their faces a rainbow of painted butterflies and tigers, chased each other, melting ice cream cones clutched in their sticky hands. I was flipping burgers at the charity grill, the sizzling grease a familiar comfort, when my eyes found my wife, Celeste, her stance a rigid line of tension at the Homeowners Association booth. The woman on the other side of the folding table, Phoebe Thorne, was practically vibrating with self-importance, a stack of papers clutched in her hand like a weapon. At 55, Phoebe was the undisputed queen of this quiet kingdom. Phoebe's voice, sharp and theatrical, sliced through the festival's cheerful chatter as she waved what she claimed was a legally binding document. She was demanding every household cough up $25,000 within 48 hours for an emergency community safety upgrade. Her smirk suggested she had already won. Celeste, with the calm of a storm's eye, simply asked to see the official meeting minutes and voting records. She pointed out that Phoebe hadn't followed a single one of the proper HOA protocols: no notice, no quorum, no transparency. That's when Phoebe's facade cracked. Instead of producing evidence, she pulled out a new document, this one adorned with official-looking seals and a judge's signature. "This isn't a request," she declared, her voice dripping with smug authority. "It's a legal order, backed by my good friend, Judge Wallace Gray." Celeste's hand twitched toward her belt, a subtle, almost imperceptible movement I had come to recognize from years of watching her navigate high-stakes situations. The crowd was starting to notice, and Leo Porter, a 16-year-old with a knack for digital drama whose mom ran the local bakery, had his phone out, live-streaming the showdown. Phoebe, relishing the attention, dialed 911 with a flourish worthy of a daytime soap opera, claiming Celeste was being disorderly and trespassing. Within minutes, sirens wailed and 2 patrol cars rolled up. Officers Dan Harper and Lee Gwynn, both new to the Creekside force, stepped out, blissfully unaware of the hurricane they were walking into. Phoebe rushed toward them, her folder a battle flag. She spun a dramatic tale of being threatened by a rogue resident. The festival fell silent, the band's music dying away as neighbors craned their necks to watch. "Officers," Phoebe's voice boomed, "this woman's disrupting our family event. Arrest her for disorderly conduct and trespassing." Celeste stood her ground, her unnerving calm a fortress. I saw a glint in her eyes that told me Phoebe had just made a colossal mistake. Officer Harper, a seasoned cop with a no-nonsense demeanor, asked, "Ma'am, what's the probable cause for an arrest here?" Phoebe doubled down, claiming Celeste's refusal to pay was contempt of court. "Officers, I'm requesting temporary detention of all documents and devices for investigation." Phoebe's confidence shattered. That's when Mrs. Eleanor Harper, a 70-year-old retired librarian who had lived in Creekside for decades, stepped forward with a box of meticulously organized records. "Chief Vance," she said, "I've been documenting Phoebe's HOA activities for 6 years. Something always felt off. Her files revealed unauthorized transfers, missing quorums, and payments to a non-existent, Creekside security group." That's when Phoebe's facade cracked. Instead of producing evidence, she pulled out a new document, this one adorned with official-looking seals and a judge's signature. "This isn't a request," she declared, her voice dripping with smug authority. "It's a legal order, backed by my good friend, Judge Wallace Gray." Slowly, deliberately, Celeste unzipped her jacket, revealing a police chief's badge gleaming in the sunlight. "I think it's time we clarify who has jurisdiction here," she said, handing Harper her ID. "I'm Celeste Vance, Creekside's police chief, appointed last week." Dispatch confirmed her status, and the officers snapped to attention, saluting her. Phoebe's final stand came as she stepped out, defeated, muttering to Celeste, "You think you've won, but this is bigger than you know. There are people you'll never catch." 3 days later, Phoebe's interrogation at the FBI field office exposed a network spanning 27 HOAs across 5 states, run by a fake law firm in Portland. Her confession triggered Operation Safe Suburbs, with raids recovering $5 million in stolen assets. Creekside Commons was transformed. Eleanor became the new HOA president, using recovered funds for a playground, a community center, and aid for seniors. Celeste's leadership made her a local hero, her transparent policing a model for other towns. Phoebe's half-built pool became a community swim center, a shimmering symbol of justice. Leo's live stream launched his journalism career with 60,000 followers and internship offers. But 6 months later, a call from the FBI's white-collar crime division hinted at a larger network, still active and more cautious. Our fight wasn't over.